Advertising can be done a lot of ways, and you don't have to pay a professional to get it done. In this video, I'm going to show you using a personal CNC of mine on how to make your own vinyl lettering for advertising of your business.
Microjig, maker of the gripper. Work safer, work smarter.
Alright, we're in here in my kitchen, which isn't exactly the best lighting, so I apologize. But I've got my laptop set up here and my portrait, which is back here. Basically, the portrait is a smaller version of the Cameo, which is their basically their premium version, and it's made by Silhouette. So you can actually check that stuff out at Silhouette for their particular models and sizes. And I've got an assortment of colors back here of vinyl that we're going to use. So how it will work is placing the vinyl inside the portrait, and it actually has a cutter head that can be adjusted to different heights, judging on what material is that you are using. And since ours is vinyl, it has specific settings that we're going to use. So let me take you into the computer now so you can exactly see what I'm going to do on how to make this particular logo.
Okay, first we're just going to pull up the software for the Silhouette Studio. And you'll get this software with your Cameo or your portrait like I have. Now what I want to do first is remove the mat that you see around the bottom and top that has the arrow, because vinyl, when it comes in the rolls, you don't necessarily need to use the mat. So we come over here to the cutter section and select the type of material, which is vinyl, and it gives us the blade cutting height that you need to set your machine to. And then we're going to take the cutting mat off, and what that does is give us the borders in red of where our image needs to be. If it's outside of those red borders, then it will not cut it. Learn from experience on that one. We're going to import the image. So I need to pull up the image that I want to import, and what we're going to do is make a Facebook icon logo to go on my back glass of my truck. This is one of the things that I wanted to add and just hadn't done it yet. So we're going to put it here in the middle, just make it easier to work with, and come over here to select trace area, and then we're going to just draw a box. It doesn't have to be super tight, and it will highlight in yellow the cutting area. And if I leave it like this, the way that the yellow works is that it will cut on this side as well as the inside of the yellow, and I'll show you what it looks like if I have that. If I remove the image, you see that there's two red lines all the way around the image, and the cutter will actually cut everywhere that you see a red line. So you will actually have two surfaces that it will cut, and that's something for this that I do not want. So we're going to undo what we just did, and now we're back to where the double yellow lines are. So instead of that, we're going to take the high pass filter off, which will basically turn the whole thing yellow everywhere that you see color. Now we're going to make this a duplicate layer, so everywhere that you see yellow is actually going to be on a blue vinyl. And I'm going to come over here to threshold, turn it all the way up, and see what it does to it. And if you look real close, I'll magnify it here, it's actually made some yellow right here, which encapsulates the F on the Facebook logo, which is good. I want that to happen, and you'll see why here in just a minute. Now I want to trace the outer edge of this yellow. If I hit the trace button here, it will do everything in the middle as well, and that's something I don't want. So now that I've turned the threshold up, I've turned the scale all the way down. So we'll hit trace outer edge, and then we'll move it over. So as you can see, this will be on blue vinyl. It will cut everywhere that you see this red line. So I'll put my blue vinyl in to cut that. So we'll move it over to the side. Now what I want to do is separate the F. And there will be a little bit of waste with this. So we're going to select trace area again, highlight the F. Now we'll turn that high pass filter off again, turn the threshold up, which makes the lines here. We'll turn that scale down, which finalizes the lines over here that you didn't see a minute ago. And now we'll just do trace. and there is my F. So everywhere that you see a red line here, the cutter head will cut that out, and I will put that on white vinyl. So now, let's just take it to the cutter head.
Now we're going to use a straight edge cutter and cut it away from the roll.
All right, now we're going to do the same thing with the F cutout, and we're going to put it at the very top left-hand corner as well. I keep it away from the side just a little bit, just in case there's some clipping that might occur.
Now I've cut a small piece of transfer paper that I'm going to put over the F so I can lift it off of this backing and transfer it over to the blue splat. I find holding it up to the light, shining through this backer paper, really helps me see where I need to put this. Well guys, that just about does it for this episode. I hope you got some insight on how you can make your own CNC vinyl lettering cutouts for your truck, house, whatever you're going to put it in. You can even make some of these for your shop and attach them to some of your jigs and tools. I think it came out really good, and it will catch a lot of attention when I'm out driving. So if you have any questions, be sure and email me at rhwoodshop.com, or you can contact me through my website. Guys, I'll see you next week. Boom!